On any given day in the Arklatex, there are thousands of people who are unable to take care of even their basic needs. But with your help, we can make sure that those in need will at least be able to keep warm this winter. So join me, Julie Gaylord, along with all of the weekday DJs from 98 Rock at Center Court in South Park Mall this Saturday from 3 to 5. Stop by, visit us, and remember to bring any warm clothing, coats, and blankets. Your donation can make a difference this holiday season.
Listen to the scissors cutting all around. Don't you love the sound of a price coming down? Listen to the scissors. Listen to the scissors. Don't you love the sound of a price coming down?
Big and soft bath tissue 6-roll package 2 for $3. Pillsbury flour 5-pound bag 58 cents. Kraft mayonnaise 32-ounce jar 99 cents. C&H sugar 5-pound bag 99 cents.
Just over 178 million shares. Precious metals are off 2%. The stock market reacted favorably to the Fed's announcement interest rates at their current level. The dollar slipped in late trading against the yen, and the bond market rallied towards the close of the day. Tomorrow, the CPI
Lagerfeld, the privilege of power. The Lagerfeld Executive Collection, only $19.50 with a Lagerfeld purchase of $24.50 at Dillard's.
Here's a special holiday offer from Ivan Smith Furniture and Appliance. Choose any one of these 4 beautiful styles of sleeper sofas with queen innerspring mattress for only $4.97 with 8 colors to choose from. Your holiday guest will rest easy on an innerspring sleeper from Ivan Smith. You'll find a great selection of action recliners by Lane, Bassett, and others with prices starting at just $119. Remember, these brass style cradles are only $6.95. That's Ivan Smith Furniture, what a furniture store ought to be.
Shop Levine's for the best buys and Christmas gifts for the entire family. Men's double-breasted or single-breasted suits in a wide selection of patterns, colors, and styles. Not $89.99 each, only $59.99 each. Or 2 suits for $100. You will recognize this famous label on these plush velour robes. Not $37. Levine sale price $16.99. Choose from a large selection of styles and colors in ladies' robes. Not $30, only $15. Plus many more great buys in every department. Remember, Christmas always costs less at Levine, so hurry into the Levine store nearest you.
There's only one jean endorsed by the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans.
Hello, California.
Get your Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans from Ranchland, only $15.99. Ranchland, 2800 Juella, Shreveport, 1130 Airline Drive, Bossier.
KGAL TV, Channel 6.
But what's on the way tonight at 10?
Who can see you through the holidays? Ooh, like South Park Mall. Ooh. Shh. 98 rocks.
Our warm-up didn't last near long enough. We've got a winter mix in your forecast at 10.
At Albertsons, certified low prices mean big savings on your grocery bills. Catch the wave and save. Coca-Cola Classic, Diet Coke, Sprite, or Diet Sprite in 12-pack cans, $2.59. Nutritious Lewis Rich Turkey Franks, 80% fat-free. Bun or regular length, just $1.19 a pound. Make Albertsons your one-stop holiday headquarters for everything from fruit baskets to flowers to our famous 6-foot party sandwich. So when you want to save big on your grocery bills, remember, at Albertsons, we think like you do.
This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, there's no escaping the Christmas spirit. Because now through Saturday is Highland's Moonlight Madness. The price is so low, it'll turn everyone into Santa. Right now, this 13-inch color TV with remote control is just $156. Highland's Moonlight Madness, Thursday and Friday, 9:30 to 10, and Saturday, 9:30 till 9:30.
The weather is brought to you in part by Dillard's throughout the Arklatex. Rick Barrington, part of the News Center 6 team, only on KGAL TV, Channel 6.
From News Center 6, the original Arklatex station, this is Nightwatch with Sherry Wagoner. Dale Hoffman, Ron Young, and Darryl Rabouche.
Thanks a lot for joining us tonight. Sherry will be back next Monday. Up top tonight, Foreman, Arkansas residents have been working long and hard to keep Foreman Recycling Company from setting up shop. Well, tonight, residents met with state pollution control officials who told them the plant wasn't even close to getting its air permit. Officials said the original application for the permit was vague, and the latest information was even more confusing. Also, residents question whether Foreman Recycling will offer them any quality jobs.
You're going to have some kind of chemical degree to run a plant to even understand what's going on. So half the jobs, probably the top management jobs, everybody in this town might as well forget about. All they're going to offer us is labor jobs.
PG&E also said the recycling tanks at the site are nowhere near adequate for the job. It took more than a year, but Texas lawmakers finally drafted a new workers' compensation plan. But some say it will hurt the workers it's designed to help. News Center Stephanie Skurlock has more.
After a year of trying, Texas workers injured on the job will be eligible for twice as much money as they were before, and companies will now have a say during the settlement process involving one of its injured workers.
And all of this has been done without the employee surrendering his right to a trial. The only thing will not have a de novo trial. So all the evidence collected in the settlement process will follow if the settlement goes to trial.
But Texas trial lawyers say the numbers of those cases that will be heard by juries will be limited. They say that's because the new legislation was designed to leave trial lawyers out of workers' comp by cutting attorney fees.
Their own studies of the legislature showed that plaintiff attorneys accounted for less than 5% of the comp dollar. The idea is to get lawyers out of the system so that you don't have to pay claims.
But lawmakers Representative Barry Telford, along with Senator Bill Ratliff, say the bill will change workers' comp for the better.
Now the employers are simply can't afford to carry workers' compensation, and the employees are unprotected. So if we can get the cost under control, then the employee can be protected again.
Lawmakers say how much all of these programs will cut the cost of workers' comp insurance won't be known until at least a year when the new program has had time to settle in. But Texas trial lawyers say within that year, the worker will suffer more losses than ever before.
In the next few years, when my clients call me like they do now, and they're not being paid by the insurance company, and now I can help them when I can't, I'm just, instead of help, by getting the insurance company to pay them, I'll just tell them to call Barry Telford.
In Texarkana, Stephanie Skurlock, News Center 6, Nightwatch.
Don't put signs along I-49 or you might get a nasty letter from the Highway Department. Bill Griffin owns a gas station and a small store in Frierson and decided a sign along Interstate 49 might bring in some customers. His friend, Bossier Mayor George Dement, said put the sign on his property. Well, Griffin was given 30 days to take down the sign, and Mayor Dement said he didn't know a permit was needed. The Federal Highway Beautification Act regulates the placement of signs within viewing distance of cars that are traveling along the rural interstates. Next time you decide to play chicken with a train and run the lights at a crossing, remember there might be a state trooper on the train. News Center's Rick Barrington explains.
Most times it's the motorist who takes chances at a railroad crossing, darting in front of an oncoming train. But sometimes, as seen here, it's a pedestrian who tempts fate and takes his life into his own hands. When you sit on this side of the glass and know the train can't stop, it sends a chill through you. For George Henley, a third-generation railroad man, it's nothing new.
You seldom make a trip without a heart-stopping near miss, a trip of any magnitude at any speed. And yes, I've seen a lot of crossing accidents, been involved in a lot of crossing accidents, but fortunately, I've never been involved in any crossing accidents that resulted in death. I think in my career I've only killed one pedestrian, and I consider that fortunate because many of my peers have killed multitudes.
Railroad accidents like this one last August on Burt Coons that killed 2 is every engineer's nightmare. Motorists ignore flashing railroad crossing lights consistently, and in this case, cross in front of the engine at 100 yards. Last year, Louisiana ranked second only to Arkansas in the frequency of accidents, and Caddo Parish has led Louisiana in crossing accidents for the last 3 years with 70. 7 were fatal. To help reduce the number, state and local police have started what they call troopers on the train. Police now ride the train looking for crossing violators. and radio to officers who stop the motorist and issue a ticket. In Shreveport, Rick Barrington, News Center 6 Nightwatch.
And still to come on Nightwatch, you might be able to give a Christmas gift that all the money in the world couldn't buy. We'll have that story and more when Nightwatch continues.
Final year-end salvo at Gene Van in Texarkana, and you'll never buy cheaper. Inventory overload forces drastic reductions on every car and truck in stock. Giant rebates, low finance rates, free remote control color TV when you buy a new Olds. Slashed prices on a huge inventory of used. Don't wait. Olds, Isuzu, Mazda, GMC. Final year-end salvo, and you'll never buy cheaper. So if you live in Atlanta, Linden, Marshall, Gladewater, or Gilmer, give us a call at Gene Van in Texarkana.
Isatis de Givenchy. Available at Dillard's.
You're looking at real quality. Haverty's is proud to present these superbly crafted bedrooms and dining rooms from Keller, famous makers of fine solid wood furniture for 95 years. Constructed of solid oak and hand-finished with a Super Chem Veer varnish that protects against spills, stains, even nail polish remover. These collections are available in open stock and specially priced at Haverty's.
Haverty's makes it home.
Let the music of the holidays fill the air. Hear it twinkle and chime with the harmonies of Christmas past and present. Lend an ear as it heralds the shining new season. Hearken, and you'll hear anticipation ring in the hearts of young and old alike. Now come join us in giving thanks for this most joyous of seasons. From your friends at Brookshire's. Wishing your family every happiness for the holidays.
Thursday's Dialing for Thousands bonus clue. Dilapidated. The bonus clue is worth $2,000.
A Longview couple is hoping for a Christmas gift that all the money in the world can't buy. But as News Center's Walt Buteau reports, you might have that gift and not even know it.
Al Edwards waits at home, making sure he takes his medicine and vitamins, just like his wife says. She's busy working at the Longview Medical and Pathology Lab, just like she's been doing for 9 years.
Are we okay with it?
A few months ago, she took on the added responsibility of organizing Longview's first bone marrow drive. You see, Al has leukemia and probably will not survive without a bone marrow transplant.
In a bone marrow, there is 1 in 20,000 people in the general population that would have a similar, or what they call a matched HLA typing. And so you have to tie the big majority of the population to come up with just a few matches.
A simple blood test determines whether you are a possible match, and if you can't help Al, you might be able to help other leukemia patients. Your name and cell type will go into a national marrow donor bank.
We're just trying to stay in remission until such time as we can find a donor.
Al made it over a big hurdle when his leukemia went into remission 6 weeks ago, and he's confident he can make it all the way back, as long as Mary Kay's there to help.
She's my backbone, and she, without her, I don't know that I would have made it this far.
We're going for a cure. That's why we've opted to go ahead with the bone marrow transplant. It's extremely dangerous and it's chancy, but it is a chance for a cure and not for an extended lifetime of a few years.
The Edwards know the odds are against them, but they also believe they can beat the odds with your help. In Longview, Walt Buteau, News Center 6 Nightwatch.
If you would like to help the Edwards and be tested as a possible marrow donor, the number to get in touch is area code 214-758-9966. People with AIDS carry much more of the virus than previously thought. It seems that 1 pint of blood from someone with AIDS contains enough virus to infect 2 million people. Steve Gandel has more.
The patient is infected with human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, the virus linked to AIDS. But for years, the virus has puzzled doctors. They believed the amount of virus present in a patient was too low to cause the massive destruction of the immune system seen with AIDS. In fact, some scientists weren't convinced this virus causes AIDS at all. But new work in this laboratory at the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center resolves much of the mystery.
I think this study shows that the amount of virus we're dealing with are several orders of magnitude higher than previous estimates.
And writing in the New England Journal of Medicine, Dr. David Ho says much of the virus found is more active than doctors had believed. The findings are new because determining how much AIDS virus is inside a patient is very tedious work, and because it relies in part on new methods that weren't available before. Knowing how much virus is present explains why contaminated blood is so dangerous. Even an infected person without symptoms has 15,000 times the virus needed for a single infection. And it explains why IV drug users can pass enough blood to infect each other. In the future, these findings could also be used to test new drugs to see if they reduce the amount of virus present in a patient. And finally, the findings could put to rest any question about whether the HIV virus really does cause AIDS. And is there any doubt?
Not in my mind.
Steve Gendel in Los Angeles for NBC News.
Former White House aide Oliver North was back in Washington federal court today, where it's being decided if he can testify in the trial of his boss, former White House National Security Director John Poindexter. The main issue is what testimony North can give that wasn't already given to Congress under a grant of immunity. North was found guilty of lying to Congress about supplying arms to the Contra rebels. Poindexter is trying to show that President Reagan was aware that a cover-up was taking place. Be happy we just have cold, because it could be like this. The nation's capital and parts of Virginia spent the day digging out from yet another winter storm. Charlottesville, Virginia got 6 inches of snow, but suburban Richmond got more than 10 inches, causing highway accidents, snapping power lines, and stretching snow plows to the breaking point. All in all, life was somewhat miserable back east. But here in the Arklatex, we're having fun, sort of. Meteorologist Ron Young's going to tell us what the weekend has in store for us.
The weekend right now looks pretty good. It's going to be cold. Friday afternoon, high temperatures only in the 20s. So it's going to be a cold way to go for the next several days. But we're going to talk more about that possibility of a winter mix coming up tomorrow night and Friday as well. So don't go away.
55.
Christian Dior. Receive this grooming jet set with any $25 Christian Dior fragrance purchase at Dillard's.
Afternoon high temperature today up in Warroad, Minnesota was 8 degrees below zero. Tonight they're going to see wind chills 40 degrees below zero. Actual temperatures will be well below zero, 30 degrees below zero for overnight lows up there. That's some bitter cold air headed this way for the Arklatex. We'll wind up tonight staying in the 20s. I don't think we'll see any teens. Now tomorrow, afternoon high temperatures in the 40s for the most part. There may be a 50-degree reading accidentally rolling in. We will see some sunshine in the morning hours, but by afternoon, clouds start to increase. The frontal system will be on the move, according to the map features tomorrow, and behind it there will be some snowfall that will move into and through the Arklatex. When it gets down in the Gulf, maybe tapping quite a bit of moisture up towards our area, so we'll have to keep kind of an hour-to-hour look at that weather tomorrow to give you a very specific forecast. So let's go on to that forecast and see how bad it's probably going to get. Tonight, not bad. Clear and cold, light and variable wind, 21 to 27 for your overnight low temperatures. Tomorrow, we're going to see an increase in clouds in the afternoon, and by late tomorrow night, there is a chance of precipitation. Wind will be out of the south, shifting to the north, 45 to 50 degrees. I think we'll see a mix, especially across the southeastern half on Friday. 28, your afternoon high. Things warm up a tad, but by Monday, another big shot of Arctic weather is rolling in. So stay with News Center 6 all tomorrow afternoon and evening, because we may be having some bad news for you.
Tonight's weather has been brought to you in part by Dillard's throughout the Arklatex.
Time for Darryl in sports and say bye to Bo tonight.
That's right. He'll be on the job through January 1st, but then he's gone. No, not Bo Jackson. Bo Schembechler is retiring. We'll tell you about that when we come back.
If you think driving is supposed to be fun, you're right. The 1990 lineup of Suzukis from Robin Suzuki makes driving a pleasure and economical, too. The Suzuki Swift GA begins at a low $63.99, packed with features you thought were for expensive cars. Step into the Samurai, four-wheel driving the right way. Or take a look at the 2- or 4-wheel drive Sidekick. The size is right, and so is the price. If you've been missing out on the fun, stop by Robin Suzuki today and check out Suzuki for 1990. Robin Suzuki, 3103 Summerhill Road.
This holiday season, while you're hanging out in hectic shopping malls, I'm hanging 10 here in Malibu. But Sonic has a way to ease the stress of the Christmas season, the Holiday Coney Combo. It's Sonic's famous extra long cheese coney and a medium soft drink for only $2.29. Sonic's Holiday Coney Combo, maybe not as relaxing as surfing.
I have an order for Mr. Avalon. And better than
Santa's reindeer are busy, huh? Yeah. Bet you're getting awfully hungry. Yeah. How about some hay? No. Well, how about some cookies?
Yeah. For a holiday spread that's sure to please, start with the basics like Kraft mayonnaise, just 99 cents a quart. 2-liter Dr. Pepper is only 78 cents. Buy WD Select Lean Assorted Pork Chops for 99 cents a pound. And Harvest Fresh Russet Potatoes are 88 cents. At Winn-Dixie, America's supermarket.
So who's Rudolph?
Coming up later on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, you'll die laughing when Johnny welcomes the outrageous Buddy Hackett.
He said, I don't want an elephant. He said, do you understand? When a person don't want an elephant, they don't want it.
Then Gary Morris puts us in the holiday spirit.
Not exactly a blizzard, is it?
After Johnny on Late Night with David Letterman, no, it's not Stupid Petrix, it's Jeff Altman barking like a dog. Plus Ray Davies of the Kinks. Coming up later tonight.
Things have really been hopping around town. The Tulsa football team arrived today for Saturday's Independence Bowl. There was a big welcoming committee, a band, the whole works. The guys said they felt like they were at Disney World or something. Later, it was down to business as Coach Dave Rader held a closed practice at Airline. Earlier in the day, I asked him what worries him the most about Oregon.
It's strictly going to be their speed and then probably their speed to be one of the concerns that we have. Then after that, their speed, I think, would be something we're concerned about.
Are you really worried about their speed?
Yeah, I think speed is one of the things that they have a definite advantage on. And
yeah, he's a wise guy. At least he's nice about it. Before Oregon could practice, some of the players had to take final exams. That was this morning at their hotel. Later, their first practice since Saturday. Coach Rich Brooks says he just needs to sharpen a few points, and here's what worries him about Tulsa.
Boom. I'm very worried about their physical size on defense. They're a very physical team. I'm not sure that we can run the ball on them nearly as well as we've run it on some teams that we've played this year. And when we haven't run the ball, we have not been as effective offensively.
There is major dissension on the Northeast Louisiana football team. Several seniors-to-be are threatening to quit the team if Coach Dave Roberts isn't fired. Roberts just completed his first season at NLU. The players held a public meeting to air their grievances, saying Roberts undermined their academic progress and self-worth. The players say the coach made them rearrange their class schedules to accommodate 4- and 5-hour-a-day practices. Some other players came out in support of the coach today, but there are at least 24 players who stand against Dave Roberts.
He can have my scholarship because I don't enjoy playing for him. I'm not happy. It's just going to be a tough road.
They can continue to do what they're doing to us. Why? Because we have no one behind us except ourselves. And we stand everything to lose out of this.
For now, NLU Athletic Director Benny Hollis says he and the school administration stand behind the coach. Interestingly, former Northeast coach Pat Collins, the man Roberts replaced, has applied for the opening at New Mexico State. Collins is also in line for the vacancy at McNeese State. Bo Schembechler says he doesn't want to push his luck too far. The Michigan football coach has announced he will retire after the Rose Bowl. The decision is made, but Schembechler says he's sad.
I hate to leave the players. I hate to leave coaching, but it's time to go.
The 1990 New Year's Day date with Southern Cal will be the last stop on the coaching trail for the man who has won more Division 1A football games than any other coach. 235 wins, just 64 losses, and 8 ties in 27 years, the last 21 of them at Michigan. Since a heart attack in 1970, Schembechler has had open heart surgery twice, and while he's stepping down as coach, he'll stay on for a while as athletic director.
I am in good shape physically. There's nothing wrong with my health.
Longtime assistant coach Gary Moeller will take over the football team. Moeller coached the Wolverines to a win in the 1987 Hall of Fame Bowl. He's following a legend. We'll have tonight's basketball scores and more right after this.
It's happening this holiday at your Action Olds dealer. Super year-end savings on every new 1990 Olds in stock, and no payments due till March with GMAC financing. Plus, buy today and get a 19-inch remote control color TV absolutely free. But you must buy now. Offer ends December 23rd, so hurry. Buy a new 1990 Olds today. Get super year-end savings. No payments till March. Plus, a 19-inch color TV free. Only through December 23rd and only at your Action Olds dealer.
A battle of top 10 college basketball teams going on right now in Fayetteville at Barnhill Arena, and it is a dandy. Arkansas against Missouri, and the Tigers have jumped out to a quick lead. It's 87-86 Missouri with about 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. Arkansas has been behind since about halfway through the first half, but now they're battling back and forth, and this is anybody's ball game at this point. In the NBA tonight, everything is complete just about. Larry Bird had 40 points as the Celtics pasted Seattle 109-97. Not a bad night for Dominique Wilkins, 38 points, as the 76ers beat the Hawks 112-103 despite the Wilkins performance. James Worthy had 21 to lead the Lakers over Miami 102-75. Cleveland over Milwaukee 99-93. And AD Adrian Dantley had 21 points as the Mavericks slipped by Minnesota 90-87. The fishing forecast for tomorrow has promise, but no great shakes, because if you want to find great fishing, you'll have to get up awfully early, about 4 in the morning. You're out of luck other than that, and it will be hard to pinpoint any fishing that's super. Okay?
Okay.
That's sports.
All righty, thank Daryl. Well, if this doesn't put you in the holiday mood, you must be a Scrooge. That story right after this.
At Arklatex Chrysler Dodge Jeep in downtown Atlanta, Texas, where we're sharpening our pencils for our 1% over invoice sale on any new car, truck, or van in stock. That's right, for just 1% over factory invoice by any new Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, Jeep, or Eagle. That's right, just 1% over factory invoice. Call 1-800-922-JEEP, or better still, come on in to Arklatex Chrysler in Atlanta, Texas, where we have the sharpest pencils in the Arklatex.
Arklatex Chrysler, Atlanta, Texas.
Jewels this holiday season from Gray's Jewelers are breathtaking. The jewelry from Gray's Design Studio is stunning in its beauty, and truly works of art to be collected for lifetime investments. From the smallest single perfect stone to the most magnificent necklace, you'll find the perfect gift this holiday season at Gray's Jewelers. Gray's Jewelers in downtown Texarkana. So different from all the rest.
It's time for gift giving, and Lions Gift Shop has more to offer than ever before. Look at these beautiful dolls. Lions Gift is a place to find the largest selection of collectible dolls in this area. Add to your collection with name brands from Robin Woods, Gertz, F&B, Gorham, and Zapp. It's more than just a gift. It's an item to be treasured for years to come. You can find an assortment of gift-giving ideas at Lions Toyland and Gifts. Lions has the gifts you're looking for. Stop by today at 1301 Magnolia, Texarkana, Texas.
At the SR Superstore's great pre-Christmas sale, you'll find the biggest selection of Christmas gifts at the lowest prices.
At the SR Superstore's great pre-Christmas sale, you'll find the biggest selection of Christmas gifts at the lowest prices.
At the SR Superstore's great pre-Christmas sale, you'll find the biggest selection of Christmas gifts at the lowest prices.
At the SR Superstore's great pre-Christmas sale, you'll find the biggest selection of Christmas gifts at the lowest prices. And with approved credit, you can charge with no money down and no payment till March.
If you're having trouble getting into the Christmas spirit, the Christmas Festival can help. More than 500 people are involved in this year's production of the Shreveport Christmas Festival at the Civic Center. This is the 5th year the production has been divided into 2 parts. The first half is secular entertainment. The second is a sacred celebration of Christmas. The event is sponsored by the Broadmoor Baptist Church. Tickets are available at the church and at the Civic Center. The show begins Friday at 7 and runs through Monday. And that's it for Night Watch for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Stay warm, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at 6 and 10. Good night.